everybody, welcome back to Cids Modded Life, episode 47, and I've been caving. Oops, sorry, that's not what I'm after, that's what I'm after. Yeah, I didn't do a caving episode because I don't really have anything to rattle about, which is rare for me, but I have been caving. I've got a whole load of loot. I've also got this chest, this box here, and there's also got a whole load of loot in it, which, you know, we'll get around to processing at some point. I actually specifically went caving for this stuff here, the uranium, because we definitely need to up the power production at the potato cooking plant. So I'm doing that. I've just put on some more coal coke and some steel because I'm out of steel, or nearly out of steel. But today, I want to do something different. I want to have a play and start building something. I suppose it is, yeah, it is a little bit, well, it's entirely vanity. It serves no purpose other than being pretty. So I'm just going to let that process, and eventually we'll get around to getting some stuff built. But before that, I need to just create this. I need to make another thermodynamic electric hoover-doofer, another HV capacitor, and that should be 38 uranium with a little bit of lead for good measure. Okay, maybe I should process the lead there. That's Britannia. That's blocks loot. So I should have some lead in there as well. I do. So yeah, I'll process that as well, just in case that yields any additional uranium. But we'll get that done, and I shall be back in a mo. Alright, so for the longest time, we have had our nether portal just over there. And I don't want it there. It doesn't. It's just a kind of a temporary thing. And what I would like to do is I saw a post some time ago on the good old Reddit, and it was a really nice semi-desert Egyptian style build with a portal built into it. And so to that end, what I am going to do is around about here I'm going to bury a pyramid. I'm just going to slice off this side of the mountain, get a whole load of sand, a whole load of sandstone. If I need more, we'll go somewhere else to retrieve our sand, and then we're going to build something a little bit more fancy to house our portal. We can obviously path over here and do all the usual stuff. But of course, you know, before we can do any of that, I need to dig a large amount of sand up, and sandstone. Well, ultimately sandstone, but yeah, I've brought a whole load of crates with me in my loot bag, so we can use those effectively, and we shall clear this area, and I will be back with you as soon as I'm ready to get on the next bit. Alright, we're just throwing together a little something to help. I'm finding the mining of the sand is actually pretty quick. So then wandering around and picking it all up is not so quick. So, I made a mana lens. We're going to make a mana lens of magnetizing. And then I need to get 4 more mana steel. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know whether I've got the mana here or not. If not, we can just port over to Britannia. To the Britannia Waystone and pick some up there, but I'll just put a whole load of coal coke through the system here, so with a bit of luck. No, we haven't. Okay, fine. I mean, I meant to bring over 8 and then brought 4, so it's just one of them things, isn't it? And backpack that, and pop, and a little bit of that goes in there. We can grab you, we can just chuck you in there temporarily, get you filled back up, You look pretty almost full. I'll pop that on, and what we'll do is we'll head back home, and got that one is already full, so we're doing pretty good. I got picked up some other crap while I was there, out there, of course, because that's just the way these things work. Right, yeah, back to the desert. So I've cleared a whole load of it. I've got a whole load more to clear. But as I say, the thing that was holding me up more than anything was the collecting of the sand after I dug it. Not ideal. So yeah, well, don't mind me, snakies. We're just passing through here. Whee! And we'll get up there. Right, yeah, so clearly, you know, we can. Oh, I ran into a little bit of night trouble. But yeah, nothing we couldn't handle. Right, so we're going to grab one of those. We're going to place you down here like so. We're going to stick in all the sand in that one, and I'm going to stick another one down, and that is going to be all the sandstone. Okay, and then back to now obviously it uses a little bit of mana, but mana isn't a major issue, especially not now. And yeah, so this will just be a lot quicker. Right, carry on, be back in a bit. Alright, so I've just been and grabbed a whole load of obsidian. I've used as part of well 2/3 of a mana pool, and I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to base this around a portal. It's going to be odd numbered, and it's going to be very tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just not stupidly tall, just tall, taller than normal, shall we say? And I think that's probably as good a height as any to aim for. We can just get you over there and then pop this across, then we got that in, and yeah. So there is the portal that we're going to be basing around, and I'm going to just pop into my blocks bag and we'll pop the remainder of that obsidian out of the way. So what kind of scale of pyramid section do we want? Now I'm going to carry on down. This is not the level that we're going to be working from, so and we're going to start off with some of that, and then we're going to get a little bit of this going on with some of that, and we're going to jump straight over to polished sandstone blocks. Now the question is, in fact no, there is no question. I am going to head over to the dwarven city. I'm going to grab you and you, and I'm going to go. Oops, not fully charged yet. Not done any further work on this, so nothing much to show you here. We're going to head back over to home. We are going to grab a new waste stone. Alright, make one of those. Thank you very much. Make me one of those. Oh, bomb. Of course. No, it's in my blocks bag, isn't it? We'll put that away then. We're done with that anyway, so that can go away. Make me one of those. Thank you very much. Right, now I can set that up, and we can port directly back over there as and when we need to. yeah, so the question I was asking myself is, do we make it a smooth pyramid, or do we make it a more traditional Minecraft pyramid? And I think the answer has got to be a more traditional Minecraft pyramid, because otherwise, you know, it's going to be a little bit bizarre. I'm not sure whether to shift that portal. Look at the size of that thing. You can just see it coming in the distance there. I may shift it back yet, which is kind of stupid because I've just positioned the damn thing and it's obsidian, but obsidian is fortunately not a major issue when working with this kind of with this pick. This pick handles it like butter. Well, like butter that's been kept in the fridge and is not quite ready for spreading, but butter nonetheless. Oh god, here we go. Only drawback is these little fellas. Bonk. They're not a major issue, but you know, they're a bit of a pain. So the question is, if I were to go and get this thing going, I'm going to start off with this. I'm just going to think, if I were to come out, what, 1, 4, 5, like that, maybe. And then we could come from here. And then we're coming out one like that. What do we think? If that peeks out from the top, I don't mind that. Alright, we'll go with that for now. So let's have a look. We can make these roofing wedges, which have got 1 or 2 advantages. So let's start off with these. Don't really want anything, I don't need anything fancy like that. Let's just do, you get 2 for every 1 as well, which is excellent. And if we just come, oh no, not like that, like this. Oh god. No, that's not good either. That's going to give us a nice shape. Now obviously we need to do something in there, and I've got a few plans, so yeah. Just not sure about the, I suppose we can, let's work this out. So we've got this, and that's going to go there, there, and there, and then there, there, and there, and there, and then we go there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. It sounds like a thing. I ought to put that waystone down as well, didn't I? No, that's not right. We're going to come up to here, and then we got, where are we now? We are there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I think, maybe 4 more to come up. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, I've got so much of this stone I can actually afford to waste it quite liberally. So if I were to come back and come up here to there, maybe. Let's see. What we do inside this thing is pretty largely irrelevant, I think. Right, what we got going on? Let's have a look. So we've got a very large, steep affair going on here. The middle. Let me just come back over here a second. I know we'll use polish for now. I'll can always take this out later. So if I kind of come up like this, Oops. So I make that hang on. If I make that the middle, and then you're going to have that, yeah, that works. And I'll show you for why, or at least I think that works. We'll play around with that a little bit. Yeah, we'll need to work it. Let me just do a little bit of work on this, and I'll be back in a moment. All right, been going for a while, and we're starting to get a skeleton and a structure coming in. Not 100% happy with it yet, but you know, at the moment it's a pyramid. What more is there to say? I'd say it's going to continue down a little bit, but I didn't want to continue hollowing out. And this section of hill here is going to be cascading over it, but we need to get the detail in before we bury chunks of it. And obviously some of this will come out and yada yada. I've had to bring it to an even width because there isn't actually a point for non-even. Or at least there is. If there is, I can't find the damn thing in Architecture Craft. So yeah, that kind of was a bit of a bummer. This is we're going to have some pillars, so that's going to come out, and that's going to come out. That's probably going to come out and become part of a structure going on here. And I have a purpose for this building now, other than just housing the nether portal. You know how sometimes you just sit there and out of the blue you'll have a flash of inspiration? Yeah, that's what happened. I had one of those little flashes of inspiration, and it's going to be my library, because the library, you know, in the vein of the Great Library of Alexandria, pyramids, Alexandria, Egypt. It is a nebulous link there, isn't there? Really. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So this is going to become a mixture of a building. It's going to be a nether portal home. I know there's a magma cube. I heard it. There it is, miles away. And oops. But with that in mind, therefore, I think once I've got the basic structure in place, I'm going to go to take the very classical, if you like, Egyptian look and turn it into something a little different, something a little modern. So yeah, that should be interesting, if nothing else, because one thing I don't want is have a, well, let's be honest, I don't want a library in a pyramid with absolutely no light or anything in it. Oh, this is a bit precarious. But we did it. Yeah, so that's the kind of plan. We'll probably put some kind of windows into this thing. God knows how. We'll look for something modern. I may even kind of get a Stargate kind of theme, sci-fi Egyptian theme going. Who knows? I mean, it's got a gate in it, hasn't it? It's not exactly a Stargate, but it takes you somewhere else. I'll say I'm not 100% certain on the ideas yet, but they are developing, and sometimes these builds, as I've said before, sometimes I have a very solid no, I can't reach that. Okay, bonk, there we go. Have a very solid plan when I start them off, and other times they kind of grow, and I think this is going to be one of those that grows. Now, whether we walk in through the portal or whether we walk in through the side, I don't know. I haven't decided still. This is all very much off the cuff to a degree. Okay, yeah, I've got more blocks to place. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm just making, so I want to make some design choices on this, and one of the things we can do, and I'm just trying to find the relevant bits, if you like, is let's take some of that one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe some of that one, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Decisions. They're not easy, are they? We've done that one. We'll go with. There's only really 2 that have that kind of line. In fact, there's only 1 that has that line at the bottom. Let's go with the decisions. That one. Now, one of the reasons, one of the good things he says as he realises it's night time about working with this architecture block. Right, first things first, deal with the inevitable blaze pack. Every time. No? Just you? Well, you can see how many blazes I've had to kill. Yes. But not this time, apparently. Okay. Fine. I'm going to complain. Yeah, I mean, they keep spawning. Yeah, one of the reasons I picked this particular thing as a roofing material, which is a roof material, words difficult, is this. You can put 4 of those in here and you can get this thing. This is cladding. So 4 will give me a stack of each. And what we can do, for example, is we can take this 64 cladding up here and we can run up the roof. Now the top 2, I think, are going to be something different. So if I were to go like this all the way around, it acts a bit like carpenter's blocks in that respect, that you can put this surface on, which will give this a little bit more detail. And then we can take you, maybe, what do we want, 1, 2, 3, maybe there, 4. Let's do that all the way around here. It kind of joins in nicely. Yep, we'll do that. And it just gives us the opportunity to give this a bit more decoration, if you like. Because let's face facts, it is sandstone. It's never going to look pretty. But it doesn't take a lot of effort to, if we take that now and come back down, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, we can give this a little bit of detail as well, like that. I'm not sure about that one actually. Let's have a look. No, I think that one needs to go. You can probably get that off easier, but you know what, this stuff's so easy to break. It's and place. It's probably quicker just to yeah, I'm not going with that. Don't like that. It's probably quicker and easier just to do this. Oops. And then pop that back in. So there's that element of things which we can use. He says it's so much quicker and easier to place. Bang. And freaks it up at the first hurdle. Still not a problem. Oops. I mean, that in itself, those 2 bits give a little something going on. Anyway, the other thing, let me go and get rid of those, is we can, let me get rid of that, and that. We'll get rid of those for the time being. We can do a little bit of this around the place, just to where and give this thing a bit of the signs of a little distress here and there. How does that look if we stand back? Again, I actually don't like that. Oh crap. The only problem with this stuff is its toughness is utterly useless. I wonder whether we'd be better off with a slightly worn exposed brick texture than that, because that really does not work, does it? Oh, damn. And we got lag. What is that? Crashing, maybe? Back in a moment. Back. Yeah, recording, good. Sorry, I didn't see me recording. Yeah, when in doubt, delete the entire area using MC Edit. Not the entire area, but you know, the entire area where you think the tessellating block model is, which was what the error was, a tessellating block model. And yes, I actually don't know what a tessellating block model is either, so don't worry about it, because you're not alone. Oh man, come on, up. So yeah, I just need to replace these blocks I have so thoughtfully removed, and we'll be good. I think the next thing, apart from deleting out those blocks, is probably, oh bomb, there we go. This is where we started last time. Yeah, the next thing to do is just, don't you dare, oh, he's crashed again. Alright, back in a moment. Alright, found the cause of the problem. Optifine. Probably should have guessed, it's usually Optifine. The irony is I am not normally an Optifine user. I only use Optifine because the shaders mod is now integrated into Optifine. So for those nice shader like screenshots, you know, they all come because of Optifine, which I won't be able to do without it, but you know what, I'll take the hit. I've more or less had enough of Optifine's bullshit for now, pardon my French, but why do we say pardon my French? I mean, bullshit is certainly not French. I don't even know what bullshit is. It'd be something mad, but cow mad. Le cow mad. There you go. I don't know. Oh dear. But yeah, so no more shaders, basically. We'll ditch the shaders. We will be much happier, I am sure. However, we still need to clear this lot out and then decide what I'm doing elsewhere. So let me come over. Right, what I'm thinking is something along these lines. So we're going to go, this is going to be floor level to say here, and then we're going to come out this way, and I'm going to start bringing this down. We probably need to move this. You are, for all your metallic appearance, you are not metallic. In fact, we'll pick all of this lot. Bonk, bonk, bonk. There we go. Lovely. We'll move it inside the pyramid for the time being. Alright, where are we? Bonk. Bonk. I don't know which is which now. Bonk, bonk. One of these is, two of these are empty. Those two. There we go. And we'll pop that inside the pyramid as well. And then we can carry on down to where I think we're going to finish this off. So I also realise I'm running close to time, so you know, do forgive me. But we should have I don't know whether this is going to be close or not. I think we need one more stripe, don't we? So I'm going to bring this kind of down on a gentle slope, and that's going to continue down on a not so gentle slope. So from here we're going to go step, step, and then we'll come down again. Yep, that's right. We'll do it like this. I'll do all the landscaping off camera, but we're going to bring this down to probably the valley floor down here, and maybe a bit of things. So that will give us plenty of space to play with decoration. And yeah, so I think that will probably work. Except of course when your thing is too damn fast. Right, we need to. The thing is now, if I don't sleep within like seconds of night falling, every time I've done this to date, a pack of blazes has spawned in somewhere, and I've had to fight them off, which is not a major problem, but you know, it detracts. It detracts from the moment of the moment of concentration. All right, let's just get this done. Right, so I'm going to get this in, and I shall be back with you in a little while. Just come across to get some supplies for the build. I've had to turn off the magical crops, cyclic crops farm, because it was, when I got here, it was just absolutely thousands and thousands of entities on the ground. I've cleaned them up and done all the work, but yeah, that's not good. So you are doing your thing. I have now got 3 power systems up here, and looks like we're keeping up now with 3 of them, which is good. And obviously the Gorgomeralis are not doing so. That one's, I think it's probably more a case of, let's see whether we can. Yeah, you're okay, you're okay. Yeah, I think it's just the distribution isn't even, but I think we'll live, because it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It just, if one of those plants gets missed out, it just slows the system down. And you can see this one's pretty full. These 2 are not full, but obviously I have drawn some mana off of these as well. So we've got 3 full mana pools upstairs, plus probably, well, you've got another full one there. Probably several. I think these are drawing off that way to the thing up there, like, what's it called? What time is it? Oh, I've got a clock. I should keep one of those on my person, actually. It's just coming on to night time, so let's go quickly to Britannia Land. And while we're here, we shall restock this, because that's virtually empty. And yeah, so I should probably, oh, I'm not worried about the rest of those clocks. We'll ditch them. Why has, hang on, let's not leave the well, you're not quite full, there you go. So this is working pretty well. It's not quite what I envisaged when we first started out doing it, but again, you know, doesn't always go the way you want, does it? Got a few bits and pieces, lapis, some blue hardened clay, which is actually more purple, but that's fine, I'm not going to complain. Next, going to head back to Alexandria, as this is now this is known as Alexandria. And this is the stair profile I have got in mind. Then we're going to have a little bit here. This is going to have a wall around the edges. It's going to be just a stepped garden, a bit like it's going to be a cross between a step pyramid and a normal pyramid. But the first thing we need to do, right, so pyramids of old were supposedly had a capstone on them, and that capstone would have been gilded or had some kind of gold gilt affair going on, and I am going to take that one. I think that will work nicely. We're going to jump in here, we're going to go to other, we're going to stick you in, and we are going to get 16 of those, and hopefully 16 is enough. If not, I can always go back and get another bit of gold. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that leaves you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we are spot on for doing this then. Yes. Gold brick capstone. Lovely. Very, very, very opulent. Very luxurious. Now the other thing we need, and I haven't got on me, so we're going to have to jump over to home temporarily. Let me just change this to chisel. I need a new chisel because I've lost my chisels and bits bag. I do not know where it has gone. Nobody knows where my chisels and bits has gone. So I would like a chisel bag. Bang. Oh damn, I need a bit. There we go. Oh, luckily I've got some in there, so that's fine. And I'd like a chisel saw. Thank you. And I think that is about it. Bang. So yeah, we need to do something with this entrance. It's ugly at the moment. It is very ugly at the moment, if I'm being honest with myself. But you know, I'm not. I'm lying to myself a little bit. Let me just get this one over here. I'm sat here going la la la, and of course I'm blissfully ignorant of. Are they underground? They are, aren't they? Oh well, not much I can do about them if they're underground, so oh, let's leave the bees. I must actually get into doing bees as well. I've got the damn mod and I keep on forgetting that I've got it. Anyway, we appear to have blazers underneath here. And there's a cave or something which needs to be addressed, but well, we'll come back to that one. Did I clear? I did. Okay, so what I want to do is start off with, let's get some I would like, I suppose, to start off with some of that. And this we're going to come up here, all the way up, all the way across, and then all the way down. Brings us neatly around, doesn't it? Yes, good. However, we also have this, and this needs to be covered, as does this. Let's have a look. How's that looking? Okay, it's starting to get a shape to it. I feel something, a je ne sais quoi. Let's take you out of there and bring this up a little. Okay, let's go and have a look at that. Yeah, looking all right. So we'll take you out of here and we'll just do this down here, and then we'll have the same here, which if we jump back to here we can make a little bit more of this smooth stone, and that gives us a clear, very clear gateway going on there now. Except that's not equal. We've got cocked in the middle there. I've just noticed looking at that going, there's something wrong. Oh bum. Stop with the, that's the only real problem with working in sandstone. It has the resilience of fudge. Alright, so we've got a gateway style thing going on here. Now what we're going to want to do then is probably get this kind of thing going as a fresco with some frescoes. We're going to want to get this into some three-dimensionality. Use of this will go to slabs only. Alright. He is right underneath me, isn't he? Okay, but that's fine. We can jump in here and go one, maybe two of those, just to give us a little bit of variety. And let me just hop up on this sand. And we shall do that, I think. Right, so we're getting the shape, and that's the important bit. Now, what I then want to do is I want to take one of those in there and I want to grab that. I want to grab you and I want to chop you into half, and we shall put you down here and we shall pop one of those there. We're going to chop this in half again. I'm going to pop one, if I can get this right, there. That's not, that would go. It's alright, we'll go, I'm trying to think, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then pop one there. And then we can chop that in half once more. No? Alright. Well, that's fine. Right, do I want to do anything fancy here? I think I should, you know. Let me continue on just making these hieroglyphs one by one, and we'll see how we go. And yeah, you know, take it from there really. So back in a little bit. All right, well, here we are. We've got a view of the place. Let me get a little screenshot, non-shaded, of course, because Optifine. You know, Optifine is one of those mods. It's a real conventional wisdom mod. Everybody says, "Oh, have you tried Optifine? Have you tried Optifine?" And realistically, it's a mod that shouldn't even exist. But yeah, we got start of the gateway. I'm going to do some chisels and bit stuff, but we've got the bag, we've got the chisel, we've got the saw. What we don't have is the blueprints, which we need to go and make, and I think we'll do that next episode. I'll probably continue getting on this on. I've decided also that we're going to take out this hill at the back. That's not going to stay. Yeah, I think that just needs to go, and we'll terraform into a kind of a flatter area. I won't say flat because I don't like flat, but definitely terraform it down. The other thing I need to do is, realistically, when we've finished, is put solid blocks underneath each of these things, because if you look at the moment, actually they are showing as transparent. Let me just check whether they're showing up on. It's difficult to tell on the journey map, isn't it, whether they're showing up or not, but that's obviously the blazers that are running around. Maybe it is. I don't know. It may be beneficial to thicken this wall up anyway, just in case, because you know me and my pick. Anyway, on that note, we'll call it an episode, and I will see you next time. And thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.